Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is March coming at you over the interwaves with another StarCraft 2 cast. This one flicked randomly from the internet, so one of you may not voluntarily be in this cast. I'm sorry. If it's you, Elysion, I'm sorry. If it's you, KingLucky, I'm sorry. Anyway, over on the bottom left side of New Gettysburg, it is the Protoss player playing for whatever clan this is. It's KingLucky. Yeah, no, sorry, can't make that out. His opponent, playing for an equally indecipherable clan, it's Elysion. Welcome both of you to this map. We have, wait, what? Alright, I was just checking to see whether that was a cannon rush, but it wasn't. It doesn't make sure that Elysion... Something a lot of Zergs have been doing, just, you know, oh, we're blocking my natural, I'll go to my third, that's fine. It's fine. I'm not even going to deal with it. It takes too much time, too much pressure, and we're going to, you know, meet up with creep soon enough anyway. 3 bases at 5 minutes, you're at three bases, or, you know, 4 minutes, you're at 3 bases. Pretty early on, you're at 3 bases. So KingLucky just making sure that he does confirm that. But he didn't build a forge, as I was fearing with that building right there, so he can threaten with a cannon rush, but he can't actually do one. And not entirely sure what this one's doing. Oh, this one's just checking to see when this one goes up, and then he's going to sneak on down. Nope, that guy's still there. You can't take your third base. Sorry, dude. Oh, even putting down the pylon, adding insult to injury, going on back for additional mining, and any Zerglings that he builds now should be able to clean that up. Although, to be perfectly honest, Lucky probably, and he has, cancels that pylon. Over here, we've got a very quick expand on the side of the Protoss as well. And that is currently spotted by Elysium. He must now be doubly annoyed that he hasn't got the 3 bases yet. And what is this one going to do? Just making sure that he's got all the scouting positions coming in. And here come the 2 Zerglings who are going to find that there is in fact no pylon here. And it puts down that 3rd bay once again. So yeah, delaying that until 2... Yes. There you go, 2:46. Well done there. 1 adept coming on out, but with 6 Zerglings, that should pose no problem whatsoever. I believe there's a hole here and there's a hole there in that wall, so he could, yeah, maybe he's still a little bit vulnerable, but considering his opponent isn't actually swarming with Zerglings, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. And with just a queen there, no, he does actually have a couple of Zerglings. Gets a shot off on a drone, but that's about it. Goes in, checks to see what's going on in the main base, and cancels at seeing, not too much. No early lair. Didn't see at the back of the mineral line, so I suppose there could be a roach warren there, but content with what he sees and puts it on back. Although, yeah, no, you would still be mining minerals or gas if you were going for roaches. So, quite content with that. Here's that wall. Still, yeah, no, this is definitely a hole. But KingLucky knows this and plugs it up with a gateway. Now we've got 6 Zerglings outside of the base of KingLucky, but they're not going to get anything done because 3 adepts make short work of 6 Zerglings. In the meantime, we have a robotics bay that delivers a couple of adepts. So let's see how many warp gates do we have? Not so many. Okay, cool. So we can't just warp in a mass, but he is going to try and deposit this into his opponent's base. Now he did miss these 2 overlords, but he's going to get a right in vision of this one. So Elysion should know that this is coming. Does indeed move back his forces, and there is a 4-caller in place right here to make sure that there isn't a mass warping in the middle of his mineral line. And does shoot that off with, I believe, a minimal of losses, maybe an additional Zergling, but that is well worth not having 4 adepts in your mineral line. Elysion has his Zergling in place in case he should wait, what? Oh, I like this. And did KingLucky see this? No, KingLucky did go out in order to get a scout, sees the double Stargate and knows that shenanigan is coming his way. Oh, is he going to see this? Is he going to see this? Yes, he sees this pylon, and if you see this pylon, you must suspect that this is on its way, and now you know that this is going in. And with this forge, KingLucky will just put a couple of cannons right in here, making sure that there's no Dropalors coming on in. And ferrying over workers. Yeah, sure, why not? So, very comfortably on 3 bases, and 1 base especially nicely defended, although once it is breached, it is very hard to come in with the defense. Dedicating to that Skytoss army with the shield upgrades first. See if he makes any these upgrades. No, he doesn't. Yeah, and puts himself into a nice defensive position with additional photon cannons right there. Cool. So, because Elysion can't really do anything against that, well, what are you going to do against it? Well, expand. Might as well. I mean, there's nothing stopping you here. If your opponent is focusing on you know, keeping this intact and whatnot, sure, why not? Of course, you could put a Nidus right here, and then that would be quite tricky, but there you go. We have a melee-focused Zerg, by the way, which I suppose does... There goes that first air upgrade, which is something that, you know, is... Oh, is he going to take the other one? Oh, he's going to take both island bases. Sure, why not? Why not? We should try this. I should try this and then see how horribly trounced I get on ladder. And Tempest. Alright. Cool. Wait, where was the... oh, there's the fleet beacon. Has seen that 1 base, hasn't seen the 2nd base, sees that there is a fleet beacon, so knows that Tempest is a possibility. And so here comes the Hydralisk, and then he's going to want to take up to Hive and deal with that by Vipering. And that is exactly what Elysium is thinking. In the meantime, he's got 79 workers, he's very comfortable, 4 bases, may even want to take a 5th one, because his opponent is in 4 bases. Look at all those photon cannons. Did he do the same for this one here? Nope. Well, yes. Yep. Alright, cool. Sure, why not? Goddamn Protoss. If I weren't a Protoss player, I'd be severely pissed off by this. Instead, it's nice seeing bases that, or seeing strategies that are, you know, that normal. Alright, so we've got 2 Tempests right now, and let's see where he chooses to apply pressure. So we haven't got any... Now we're still busy doing the lair, so he's going to have to deal with the sieging up possibility of the Tempest, because especially if he were to, you know, get an Oracle as well and get the vision on this, because these guys only have this much vision, but they can shoot here, but they can't see it yet. So if you tag this with an Oracle, right now he would be taking that out, but you don't want to get closer to there, because the Hydralisk can just move into this, because he has... Oh, there you go. Move on in. 1, 2, 3, and that's 1 Tempest dead. That is not how you want to start this. Still has this Zergling right here, making sure that he hasn't taken that base, but why would he? He's got these 4. That Protoss is perfectly comfortable with the position he now has. There go the Vipers. There it goes very slowly, the first couple of 4 claws. But these 4 claws weren't meant in there. Oh, let's see if he's distracted again, and he's going to get another one. Yes! Oh, that was a very near thing there. I may decide to do a range upgrade. There's even a second, and there's that oracle coming on there. And it seems like we've built 2 more stargates. I'm gonna have to see where that happened. Did that happen here? Right. 1, 2. Where are the other 2? I'm building 3 tempests at the same. Oh. And this is why I'm not Funka. Not just the fact that I'm not French. Unloading some more workers, saturating that mineral line, and yeah, you can move out some more over here because there really isn't. But the problem is he doesn't see anything that's going on here. So KingLucky sees this, but doesn't see this, doesn't see this, doesn't see that. And why would he? Here we've got the Zerglings with 1/1 upgrades, by the way. Moving on in, and oh, I like the Vipers. The Corruptors not so much. You really have to combine that with the Vipers, because if you just try to fly into that, that's generally not going to end very well for you. Alright, that is a good position. You're going to be able to take that Zealot out just fine, and make sure that this doesn't happen again. We'll leave another Zergling right here. Oh, we have another coming in, and here we have the Zoom. That is 1 Tempest gone. That is 2 Tempests gone. That is 3 Tempests gone. Are we going to get 4? We're going to get 4. There you go. And that is a worthwhile investment of energy on those Vipers. There's that tag, but how many? We only have 6 Tempests. Tempest, very much a snowball unit. A couple of them are nice, but you really want a lot of them. You want a lot of them. Ooh, what are we doing with these rings? What was that? That was a weird sound. Moving on in here, but yeah, there's a lot of things on the air here which you can do with. Oh, then we got the storm, and you want to move on, and he does move on, but only one Zergling makes it into his opponent's base. So now he knows there are 4 Stargates. He knows his opponent is fully dedicated to this, but it didn't do any of the damage he was hoping for. Got enough money to come up and freely tech switch into whatever he wants to do though. So we've got more ranged upgrades coming up for those Hydras. For dealing with that and combining that with the Yanks of... Yes. Where's my opponent's army? Where is it? There it is. Combining that with the Yanks, that's the official term of this one. The Yank. Yoink, maybe even. Still doesn't know about anything happening here. Must suspect though. Must suspect. We've got a Greater Spire coming on down, and the first of 7 Brute Lords, which are fully spotted by his opponent, who's now going for, yep, Protoss Air 3, Protoss Armor 2. And with these bad boys, he could maybe siege this up quite easily. But then the problem is, this is all air, and you will have to defend that with pure yoinks. Still, again, that technical term. Oh, as he is allowed to take this base. And Corruptors, because you can't put... I mean, you can put a couple of Hydras there, but not really. So where are your Corruptors? There they are, third in the back. Back. And here are those melee upgrades. Has the tech level to go for adrenal upgrades, but hasn't chosen to invest in that yet. It's up getting 2 upgrades for his air as well. And here comes the slow lumbering army of fucking 15 Tempests. I think as soon as you have 15 of the Tempest, fucking is an acceptable, addition to your choice of words. And yeah, now you have yoinks, but you don't really want to. There goes all the Void Rays, but now you still have all those Tempests to deal with. Does take care of the ground force quite effectively, but there's only 3 Corruptors left there, and there's nothing to deal with 15 Tempest. Oh, and one thing that Hydras aren't especially good against, they are storms. So yeah, those 3 High Templars making, with that one storm, making quite a mess of that. And now we have 100 army supply on the remax of the thing with 32 Corruptors. 32 Corruptors versus 15 Tempests. Yes, that will do the job, I do believe. Especially if you can't take back. Did take out that base with the Brute Lords. But in the meantime, his opponent is taking this one. Let's see if he can take it back. So we're now down to how many Corruptors? We have 39 Corruptors versus 11. And now the air blockers are making sure that those Tempests can't go anywhere. And let's see what our opponent does. Still making air units. That is the complete sum of your opponent's airbase. Oh, let's see if these High Templars can still do something. If they storm this, this will do quite a bit of damage. Probably won't kill them. Corruptor's quite hardy. Here we go with new Brood Lords. And these Brood Lords should be able to take this out quite nicely once again. But we don't have that adrenal upgrade yet. Or I missed it, which is entirely possible. Nope. No, we do not. Don't even have the second melee upgrade yet. In the meantime, for the animals that do have a second upgrade, we have 1 Hydra, so maybe not best thing. This next is going to go down without having done very much of anything. And Elysion can slowly move on to the next base. In the meantime, scouting on out here that nothing is happening. Sees this defensive line here. That isn't too formidable, but mostly useful for telling your opponent you're coming. And there go 2 free oracles. Don't even get a tag off. So Elysium, quite a nice position, almost doubling the army supply of his opponent, who's still making air weapons. Switched a little bit into things that do shoot up. And now he's going to take out this base right here, but this base is mostly mined out, and that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Let's see how much of a pissing contest these Corruptors are in for. Oh, no, they're not going to be able to do that because there are a lot of Archons underneath them, and yep, oh, that cost him quite a number of Corruptors right there. That is not an investment he would want to take. Now, he can replenish that, that's fine. His opponent is a little bit in financial trouble, but Elysium is doing just fine on the financial front. Clearly taking out this base. This Nexus is very soon going to go down. And KingLucky in the meantime is going to try and get this base and or this base once again. There we go. Because these 2 bases are forfeit. More Brute Lords coming on up there, and I'm surprised that he hasn't chosen to build a couple of Mutalisks. Take out this one, take out that one, and your opponent is in quite a bit of trouble. Got a couple of gateways here he hasn't done, and now he sees his opponents. This is the first time he sees this. This gold base, which as well as the island bases of him, are quite, you know, have been mined on for quite a bit. It does actually skip that off, can't finish that off, and there are the Brood Lords. The Brood Lords have nothing underneath them now. There is no ground army at all to buffer this, although I suppose that if you are 13 Brood Lords, you're not really in need of that. This is where the ground army is, making sure that the army gets split up over here. So yep, KingLucky going to go and try and get back from this, but he's possibly going to lose the last couple of Tempests. No, that is one lucky Tempest right there. There is, I'm going to have to zoom out. There you go. That is one dead Nexus, and there goes the last of the Air Force. No, wait, sorry, there's one more void right down there. Other than that, there's just on the ground. Now, if you can get his Blink Stalkers underneath here, he may have a shot, I was going to say. But, actually, with this guy coming on in there, I don't suppose that is going to... What the fuck, Improvado? What the fuck are you doing? GG! If you enjoyed this video, press that like button. If you'd like to see more of me, subscribe.